Christian Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents Appreciate These Things, 8 Ways of Cultivating Compassion by Jill J. Duffield. Narrated by Nan McNamara. Introduction. Appreciate it. I believe the phrase is strictly a Southern one. At least I never remember hearing it until my family immigrated from Nova Scotia to North Carolina. Canadians are known for being polite, and I was taught early and often to say please and thank you. Yet it was in my new home that a variation of those utterances rolled off the tongue of neighbors I'd come to, well, appreciate. Even if the place and the people felt strange to me, and sometimes some 40-plus years later still do, that one phrase shaped me, and it still does. The waiting room of my father's medical practice remained busy from the time the door was unlocked until the waning hours of the business day. It was there, among the plastic seats and the worn magazines, that again and again I heard people say, "Appreciate it." As they shook my dad's hand in the hall, "Appreciate it, Dr. Johnson," after the next appointment had been made. "Appreciate it," even when they paid the bill. "Appreciate it." The first letter was rarely included in their everyday niceties. I noticed in South Carolina, the state where we raised our children, and in Texas, the place I'd come to visit frequently and for extended periods as an adult, that there is a variation on this expression. The people in passing said, "Appreciate you." The clerk at the grocery store, the person for whom the door was held, the mother who you let go ahead of you in line, each would take the time to say, "Appreciate you." This is an even more personal expression of gratitude that seems to me an affirmation of our worth, not based on anything other than our human connection and small kindnesses. More and more I've come to believe in the need to appreciate. More specifically, to appreciate people, the ones right in front of us, here and now. For a season, a bumper sticker was seemingly on every car in the university town where we lived. It read, "If you aren't outraged, you aren't paying attention." This was often accompanied by one reading, "Coexist," on the other end of the fender. This seemed a strange juxtaposition to me, or perhaps coexistence is the best we can do if we're perpetually outraged. Don't bother me, and I won't bother you. But I'm hoping for more than mere coexistence. I'd like to move to admiration and even to awe of the people and creatures with whom I share this earth. I'd like to think that a generosity of spirit might be a means of resistance to the contempt that threatens to render all of us extinct. Perhaps appreciation could draw us into a curious proximity that reveals our inextricable and our much-resisted need for one another. Is this naive? It could be, but given the current state of our life together, might it be worth giving it a try? I'm a minister, which means I am privileged to be with people at some of their most joyous and most devastating moments. I baptize babies. I bury those who've lived a long, full life and those whose days end tragically and prematurely. I visit the sick. I watch people I love grow old and see the losses they experience along the way to the inevitable end. In all of it, I witness so much that so many of us thought to be so important fade away. Status gets stripped away when we can no longer tend to our own basic needs. Political differences don't matter when we're utterly dependent on each other for care, community, and companionship. I see the power of our human connections when we are undeniably in need. Strangers run to help the woman who collapsed in the hotel lobby. The man with the t-shirt that makes me cringe sees me struggling to push my father's wheelchair over the threshold and rushes to give me a hand. The high schooler guides the disoriented toddler back to their pew and parents. At the end, sitting with family and friends to plan a funeral, I hear people name the best of the person we're going to commend to God. There's honesty, often, about flaws and failings.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?